Welcome to Pivoting to Web3 podcast, where experts break down AI, blockchain, and tech shaping our future.
Custom GPTs are within ChatGPT. And so ChatGPT is a large language model, right? Like it can answer a million things about a million things, which is incredible. But what I like to do is you can really easily go in and create your own custom GPT. And if you want to get kind of a primer on them, they have all kinds of third-party custom GPTs in there that you can look at and play around with for any number of things. People build them and make them available, so you can check them out if you're not familiar with them. But you can also really easily make them for yourself. And all you're doing is basically putting a little lens of whatever sort of size and scope you want onto ChatGPT. A set of parameters are going to sort of tell it how to behave, just like you would prompt ChatGPT, basically. So it can be as simple as, like, the simplest, most powerful example I could give is, at my day job, we have all these documents that pertain to our organization, like our handbook, our brand guidelines, maybe our policies and procedures, or like there's a number of our contracts. And so I made a custom GPT and I put 5 or 6 of those important documents in there that just uploaded like you've uploaded a million documents, PDFs. I didn't do anything to them, just straight in. And the instructions for the GPT were just something like, answer questions for our staff from these documents and nothing else. And so staff can go to this GPT and ask it things like, what's our dress code, or what's our strategic plan, or whatever. And it answers them by retrieving it from these documents. It can go and do that. And the instructions are that simple. I mean, literally like one line. But when I realized that that's the starting point, I was like, okay, well, if I also have ChatGPT to help me figure out how to use these things, like, hey, ChatGPT, I want to make a custom GPT that helps me maybe organize my brain dumps in the morning. In the morning, I wake up, have my coffee, everything's swirling around, and I just want to speak it into a GPT and have that GPT put it into Markdown for me. Stuff like that. Like, that's easy. Like, okay, you are a custom GPT that takes in inputs that are my spoken brain dumps, and you are going to organize my thoughts and give them back to me formatted in Markdown. And then it'll do that for you. So you can find these little areas to create these little efficiencies for yourself that are very personal, and you can start to figure out how to make them do more stuff. But it comes down to, like, you can upload stuff, you can give it instructions, and you can have it search the web and use DALL-E also. So however you want to mix and match those components to do things for you, you can do.
How the bot handles those kinds of situations is beyond what we're responsible for, essentially. But what we can do is we can help the owner of that customer service bot understand what's going on right now according to their current rules. So, for example, if they have in their rule set that if a customer is upset for whatever reason, and in this case it would be that they're 1 month out, and maybe they say, can I talk to a supervisor, to the AI system? How does that AI system respond to that? Or how does the AI system respond to the customer being upset? Do they say, hey, let me connect you with a supervisor, and they connect to a human person at that point? Or do they have a rule to provide an exception in these cases? And if that bot is supposed to connect them to a supervisor or give them an exception, did it actually do it in that case? Because if it didn't, we can, and it's supposed to, we can then flag in that result, in that test case, whether it's synthetic, meaning we pretended to be an upset customer, or a real customer, and we're looking at the logs. In that case, we can tell that company, hey, this bot's supposed to escalate the supervisor, but it didn't do it.
One thing that I'm very proud of is the fact that we at Blue Apples, in order for us to be able to understand or help people understand better themselves, we use the Jungian archetypes in order to tap into how you can use AI to see exactly as a 360 your characteristics and which archetype you bring out in which situations, and how you can either nurture one to help it become stronger, or how you can downplay one, or in a way so that both in your personal and professional life, you bring these archetypes in a harmony where they are essentially one, which is that you. And so this is something that I'm very proud of, and it's one of the guides that's available on our website under the resources. And I highly recommend it because I did the beta again.
And that's where I see this whole magnification of humans with the collaboration with AI. And I just was set on fire with that. I'm a bit of an obsessive, so I probably have studied AI, since it's launched in that framework, at least a quarter of my day every day since 2022. And again, I started to get a little bit disgruntled at the fact that the only place that I really see, at least here in the Midwest, people trying to adapt or adopt this technology is at the enterprise level, big businesses, when the nonprofit space and small to medium-sized businesses and startups could really be leveraging this technology. I don't think AI is going to replace humans anytime in the near future at all. I do think that the landscape of work, I think that there will be jobs 5 years from now that are as foreign to you and I as podcasting would have been to Harriet Tubman. And so I think that if you're not starting to explore AI, someone who is may replace you someday.
With the healthcare, the monitoring and social engagement and some of the activities of daily living, beyond the smart home, where else do you think seniors and AI and technology kind of converge together? Would it be when they're alone, or in connection?
Maybe connection. I think it's intersecting now in social media, but seniors don't want to engage with social media. But if they did, they might find it liberating to some extent. Education is another one. They could do more online courses. And there is a move towards more online and the use of AI for teaching and for marking, etc., that the seniors might be able to take, of which seniors could take advantage.
Thanks for checking in with Pivoting to Web3 podcast, Enterprise Digital Transformation. This is Donna Mitchell. If you'd like to connect with me, kindly hit up Connect with Donna Mitchell, and I'll be glad to chat with you. Take care and have a wonderful day.